Alright, this video is, I guess, going to be titled Suicide. Don't want to do that for too long. I could do that for a while, but I don't want to do that for too long. Waste time. Anyway, suicide. Suicide. Personally, I've had thoughts of suicide, and I have recognized them as a misinterpretation. A misinterpretation. See, thoughts, when they are not consciously thought, as it were, they can be, kind of strange, can't they? These thoughts are misinterpreted by the mind or by the ego. Because these thoughts are emanating, I believe, from the consciousness. From the consciousness. When I say I want to die, it means in the sense of paideia in the Latin or Greek, which means a death for a rebirth. In the sense that I want my life to change in such a way that I don't exist in the way I did before anymore. I want a complete change of my life as it is. That would be a death. And so to beckon for death, you really mean you want a change, or I really meant I wanted a change in my life, which I think is what most of us really desire in those times of depression or what have you. These misinterpretations, however they come and by whatever apparatus of the brain they are, they are misinterpretations, I think, most of the time. For instance, when we see someone whom we admire, when we meet someone that we really like, we feel that we resonate well with them, especially well, somebody that we'd really like to be friends with, right? Our minds are it's very difficult for our minds to be anything but sexual. So if you have a few, let's make it easy psychologically for people. Let's see, a guy meets a girl that he's really resonating with. He really thinks is cool and nice and this and that. He can't help but think of her sexually. And perhaps she him. But the reality is, even if they want to be friends, they think in this way because our minds are really kind of cultivated for that sexual reaction. And perhaps we are innately so. Perhaps. I don't know if that's true. I think we as sentient beings are above that. Are above any kind of human nature. I think we're above that. But these misinterpretations for suicide are especially interesting. I mean, often, and the other aspect of this is it's a misinterpretation because if we say I am death, life is death. We are the universe experiencing death. We are the universe coming to realize how to die. We are the universe learning how to die. These things can be interpreted as a morbid phrases, morbid ideas, but they're not. What could be more beautiful than death? We are afraid of death, and in death in every aspect of it. But what could be more beautiful? Right now we are dying. Dying is change. What is more beautiful than change? What is more beautiful than constant change? If it didn't exist, we wouldn't exist, and beauty would be impossible. We are death, and thank God we are. God loves death. God loves dying. And so should we. But we shouldn't love death in the sense of massacres and things like that, in the sense of immediacy, in the sense of cutting off, in the sense of destruction, but in the sense of decay. We should love death in the sense of decay, but not in the sense of completely ending that decay. It is the constant of decay that is beautiful. Once it has completely ended, then the rebirth, and really birth, is the beginning of death. Birth begins after death. I mean, this revival is only to find harmony in constant death with constant revival is to find the absolute most awesome form of beauty. The river, for instance, or the forest. Fall is a beautiful season. We have to get in touch with nature in order to really love our lives, in order to understand that our desire for death is a beautiful desire, but we just need to interpret it the correct way. Suicide is a misinterpretation of the mind's desire for change. And because of our society and its incapability or disacknowledgement of the concept of real change, we are so depressed because of this stagnancy. It is an inevitability when we have this kind of a structure. But when we can actually get out of that, then we are really free and really able to love life. Because loving life is death. And death is life. Death is love. And love is life. And life is death. They are all one. Love, death, life. We are the love of the universe because we are so close. We are so intimately close with life that we must die. To die. To die. My God, to die. And to be alive. To be alive. My God. We are the love of the universe. Death, we are death. So, suicide is only a misinterpretation of this wonderful reality. And the only cure for depression and the suicidal thoughts is to realize this misinterpretation and make the changes necessary. It's a difficult... Life is difficult. Death is difficult. Love can be difficult. But once you have tuned into all three, you will become God, and you will love all of existence and see it as perfect in every single aspect, in every single aspect. Anyway, yes, I have to say goodbye, so I will say goodbye. And I love you all. I love you all and your dying selves.